Become AutoCAD expert step by step. Hello friends, I am your guide Amit Garg and you're watching my channel CAD by Amit. Friends, in this lecture I am going to take up another very important command in AutoCAD, and the command is the arc command. Friends, if you have not subscribed my channel as yet, please do subscribe it so that you keep getting all the lectures, keep getting all the notifications. And also friends, please see this lecture from beginning till end, because each bit of the lecture is going to be important and you are going to get some valuable knowledge throughout this lecture. So let's get started. So friends, this is a diagram for taking up the arc command, and you must be having this information, this knowledge that arc is a part of the circle, friends. Now supposingly we have a circle and we break this circle at 2 points A and B, then this part of the circle which I have shown in the red color will be an arc. Right friends? And just to make it clear, I have placed another letter here, D. So I'll call this arc as ADB. Then we get another arc, friends. This is the lower portion of the circle and this arc will be AEB. Friends, the smaller arc we call as the minor arc and the bigger arc we call as the major arc. But right now our focus is on the smaller arc ADB. So let us go through some of the information. Like the shortcut of the arc command is A, means we can type down A on the command line to run the command, and the definition is part of the circle between 2 points A and B is known as an arc. Friends, there is some important information on this diagram. Like in case I join both the endpoints of the arc to the center of the circle, then both the lengths will be same, because this is going to be the radius of the circle or radius of the arc. In case I join both the endpoints of the arc directly, this line AB, this will be known as the chord of arc ADB. So this is the chord basically. And in case I take up this angle theta, now this angle is the angle that this arc is making on its center. Now this angle we call as angle, or we call this as an included angle. Now few points that I've just explained to you, I'll just go through these points quickly. AC and BC are the radius R and both will have the same length. ADB is a minor arc and AEB is the major arc. AB is the chord of the arc. Biggest chord of the circle is its diameter, friends. Yes, friends, we cannot have a bigger chord of a circle. The biggest chord of a circle is always its diameter. And theta is the angle that arc ADB makes on its center. This we call as the included angle. So this was some information on the arc. Now let's move to the model space so that we start working on the arc options. Now on the arc command, we have these options available. I'll go through these options quickly one by one, and the same command you can take up from the ribbon toolbar. I mean, the command is available here. You can click on this and you get the same options here. The first option for making an arc is 3-point option, friends. In the 3-point option, we can just give any 3 points on the screen, and as we give the points, arc is created, friends. For example, we have a rectangle here and I want to create one arc which is passing through these 3 corners of the rectangle. I'll take up this method, 3-point method. I'll catch this point, I'll catch this point, and I'll catch this point, and here we get the arc. Next method is start, center, and end method, friends. Now for this method, I'm going to create one line actually. So let me make one line having a length of 100 millimeters. The length of this line is 100 millimeters. Now I take up this option, start, center, and end. So first of all, I am supposed to give the starting point, then the center point of the arc, and then the end point. I'll click on this. I'll give the starting point as this one. I'll take the center point as this one. Now as I move cursor, see this arc is also basically changing with the cursor. So basically I am going to define the end point. So wherever I click, the arc endpoint is taken right in the alignment of that line The end point is defined and arc is also defined. So this was the second method. The third method is starting point, center point and the angle. Now for this method, I'll just click on this method. I am supposed to give the starting point first, then the second center point, and supposingly I want to make a semicircle. We know that semicircle makes an angle of 180 degrees on its center. So I'll just type down 180 degrees here, and as I press enter, we get a semicircle. So this was the third method. The fourth method is start, center and the length. Now this length parameter, friends, is the length of the chord. This is not the length of the arc, this is the length of the chord. So I pick this method. I say starting point is this one, center point is this one. And now this is asking for the length of the chord. Now here one very important point is, friends, here in this arc, I have taken this point as the starting point and this point as the center point. So the radius of this arc is going to be 50 millimeters because the length of the line is 100 millimeters. So the diameter of this arc will be 100 millimeters. So I cannot specify the length of the chord more than 100 millimeters, because in case I give a value which is more than 100 millimeters, this will be invalid. So I'm supposed to give a value which is either 100 millimeters or less than 100 millimeters. So supposingly I take 90 millimeters as the chord length, we get the arc. Now in case I want to check up whether the length that I've given for the chord is okay or not, so I can take the help of the distance command. I can check the distance between this end point and this end point, and friends, you'll just see this on the command line that the length is coming up as 90. So that means the length that we gave was the length of the arc chord. Next method is starting point, end point and angle. Now here, friends, supposingly on this line I want to make a semicircle. So I'll take up this method. I'll give the starting point as this one. I'll give the end point as this one. Angle I want is 180. I'm taking up this method again. I again take the same starting point, same end point. Now this time I reduce the angle to 120. Accordingly, arc will change. Next method is start, end and direction. Here, friends, this direction parameter is the direction of tangent at the starting point of the arc. So this is another important option for making an arc. I am supposed to give the starting point, then the end point, and as I define the direction of the tangent at the starting point, arc will be formed. Supposingly I want that the tangent at the starting point should go up. That means north direction. That means the angle should be 90 degrees. So as I type down 90 here, arc is created accordingly. The next method is start, end and radius. For this, I am supposed to give the starting point first, end point next. Now here the radius value has to be more than the half of the distance between these 2 points. Now these 2 points are 100 millimeters away, so half of that is 50 millimeters. So I cannot give a radius value which is less than 50 millimeters, friends. So supposingly I give 60 as the value, we get the arc. Now if you look at these methods carefully, these three methods and these three methods that we just covered are absolutely same methods. The only difference is the sequence. Here in these three methods, first of all, we are supposed to give the starting points, then the center points, and then end, angle and length. Where in these three methods, we are supposed to give center point first, starting point second, and then end, angle and length. So these three methods I am not going to cover in this one. This you can try out yourself because we have already covered these three methods. And finally, the last method is continue method. Friends, the continue method, basically we get another arc coming up from the end point of the previously drawn arc. Now this was the last arc that we created. So we are getting another arc which is coming up from the end point of the previous arc in the continuation. Suppose I again go for a continue option, we get another arc coming up from the end point of the previous arc, and these two arcs will be at the tangency. So I can create some shapes like this. So this is the end of all the 11 methods for making an arc. Now let's quickly go through the exercises that I have kept for this particular command, friends. The exercise number 1 is you are supposed to make one triangle ABC and you have to make one arc which is touching the points A, C and B. Like this one that you can, you can see this image. You have to create the geometry like this. Exercise number 2. You are supposed to make one hexagon where each side of the hexagon is 20 millimeters, and then you are supposed to make semicircles on all the 6 sides of the hexagon, and then you get this beautiful looking geometry. All these arcs are actually semicircles, means the clue is the angle will be 180 degrees. So you can try out making this geometry. It's a beautiful looking geometry. This was the exercise number 2. And finally, the exercise number 3 is you are supposed to make one rectangle. We have already covered rectangle command in the previous lectures, where the length of the rectangle is 50 millimeters, the height of the rectangle is 80 millimeters, and then you are going to create one semicircle at the top edge of the rectangle, making this kind of geometry. So these were the 3 exercises for arc command. Friends, I hope you like this lecture. If you like this lecture, please do like it. Please do share it with your friends. Please subscribe my channel so that you keep getting all the lectures on a regular basis, and do press bell icon so that you get notifications. Thank you so much.